Well, I'm back. Sorry about being gone for so long here. Spring is definitely here. I've had a lot of cleanup from this winter. I've got chores. It's been pretty crazy. Work's picking up. I mean, yeah. So I have not been in the shop. Actually, everything, the sheet metal right there for the Le Mans is where I left it before. Rear end of the Camaro's still apart. And actually, there is a fundraiser car show thing coming up in, I think it's like 3 weeks. And I would really like to take the Camaro on it. So I'm going to trim the fat on a lot of this stuff that I was going to do and get it ready. I'm going to actually go get it licensed this weekend, well, this Friday, and hopefully get a shakedown run on it by hopefully next week. So I'm just going to slam this rear end back together the way it was. I'm not going to mess with the gears right now. I got a little bit of wiring stuff I got to do. Uh, the floor, if I can get to it, I'm gonna, but if not, I'm not gonna worry about it. So it's gonna be rude, crude, but hopefully it'll be at the show and we'll be cruising around. So the rest of the stuff I can backpedal back and redo. I hate doing it that way, but I'd really like to kind of get this thing out, and I actually just need to get out of the shop and go play a little bit. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm going to go ahead tonight. I'm going to get this rear end put together and yeah, just start whittling some stuff off the list. I think I am going to walk around and make a list of what I know needs done and see if we can start knocking this down and make this show. I think it'd be pretty cool. It's actually a fundraiser for one of our big car events here. And I think it's for a good cause, and it's kind of a poker run, little get together thing. So it should be a good time. So yeah, let's get this bad boy going. So here's where I left off, the big mess, my oily rags. I've shut the door and haven't hardly been in here. So I'm going to put the diff back in there. I'd really like to put the gears in, but that's something I can pull it in on a Saturday, blow this thing apart, and slap them in there. It's not a big deal. So but to me, it's like if it takes a couple hours or more of my time away from what little I've seemed to have had, and I don't make the show, I'd rather go there with 308 gears and be at the show than not make it because I wanted whatever to add more work to my load for now. So yeah, I'm gonna put this thing together real quick, and that'll be one thing off the list. Alrighty, so I got the carrier back in. I just got to put the little C-clips on the spiders for the axle shafts. I got to slide the shafts in there still, but putting this back in, I didn't do anything with shims. I didn't do anything other than just pull it out, so it goes right back in, super easy. But yeah, I'm going to slide the shafts in, put the C-clips in, and probably the cross pin, and then the center section is done. I can glue the cover on. Yeah, and then put the drums on and some wheels and tires, and this thing will be buttoned up. So let's get that done. So most of you know about 10-bolt rear ends and that they're pretty weak and everything, but that's my thumb and that's the axle shaft. That is why I've put a little bit of money in this rear end, but not too much, because with the fat tires and everything, I'm pretty much guaranteed to destroy this thing. So the 308 gears may be a benefit for right now, just to hold it together and keep me from really being able to do a whole lot of burnouts. I don't know how much horsepower is in this thing. It's not very much, but yeah. So again, that's kind of why I'm just not too confident in this. But I want to have fun until I do blow it up. So, but for now, we're slapping these shafts back in. Alrighty, so there's the shaft poking through. I just got to put the old C-clip on there and then shove that shaft back in. So let's see if I can get that. Yeah, it's just got a little slot on there. And then, yeah. And now that pokes back into the spider gear there, and then the cross pin keeps them from walking out and those C-clips coming. So I got to do one on the other side, and that will be done. Alrighty, that one's in there. So here's the cross pin. I was just looking at it. You can see with the reflection, but you can see where the shafts have walked in and out and have worn on the cross pin a bit. And they can make a chromoly cross pin and stuff if you do an upgrade with my spool. Actually, my spool came with a chromoly cross pin, but for now I'm going to jam this thing back in there. But yeah, having one of these break Usually they walk around and eject out your cover or blow out the top of the rear end. So yeah, that's a little something to check on, but I don't know, for now I'm throwing it in. Alrighty, shavs are in, cross pin is in, set screws in. This is done other than gluing the cover on, which I might do that. I don't know if I have any silicone or not, but and I also, the pinion, I don't know if you can see in here, but either way, there it is. The pinion seal is leaking really bad in this, so I'm going to replace that, but I got to drop the drive line. So that might be tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure, but I am going to get the drums put on and some wheels and tires on this thing. Okay, so the drums are on. I almost had a freak out. Yeah, it didn't look like the holes are lining up. I thought they were maybe 5-on-5 lug, and it ended up with the new pads and everything. I just had to move things around and they went on, but yeah, I just about came unglued right now, but nope, we're together, and now it's time for some wheels and tires. All right, so here is another part of the chaos that comes with cobbled chaos. So this is the corner all the way right there are my tires, and it's been jumbled full of Le Mans motors, engine stands, there's some seats for the Camaro, plywood, a Falcon, dirt bike. So yeah, I forgot that I buried those back there. So now that's another process. So here we go. And there it is, finally all back together. So yeah, still 308 gears, open diff, everything, but I got my fatties on there. I just love the way they look on this car. These are actual race tires. They're not DOT legal, but yep, we'll push the limit a little bit. But yeah, I just love that old retro 70s style hanging out the back, and I don't know. So I can't wait to get it down off the jack stands, but I think tomorrow night will be pinion seal, and then I got to do the rubber brake line from the hard lines down to the rear end, and then I can start bleeding brakes on this thing. So that'll cross that off. So hopefully all the drivetrain stuff will pretty much be done. And then we'll be moving on to some electrical, which I think is going to be fairly quick. And just some little stuff. Like I say, I don't know if I can actually go for a test drive this weekend, but by next weekend, I'd like to go up and down the street, see how it does, if there's any weird stuff going on with it. But yeah, so we're getting closer. Like I say, it's not exactly what I want right now, but it's going to be driving, you know, so it's hard. I mean, a guy works all day. My day starts at 3 in the morning, and I usually don't get home till 6 at night. And by the time I eat and do everything, I don't have much time. So just getting little things like this done here and there, you know, it's a huge win, you know, when you actually muster the energy to come out and do it. So anything you can do, just, you know, take it as a win. Don't think you didn't get enough done. It's like progress is progress. So, but yeah, we can cross this off the list and move to the next one, hopefully tomorrow night. So stay tuned.